Alrighty, boys. Good luck, have fun. We got the long boys in here, man. We got a little bit of rain, but the weather outside of that looks pretty good. Who do we got on the Alliance team? Big Dick Beard is making a comeback with a brand new mog. 14 coming back. Sharia stepping in and staying in. Tasty. Oh, Tasty never even got to play in Zakati. I do like your mog. It looks good on a human. You look like Daggernath in a way. And we're gonna have Drex. Derek's Brian. Oh, Nightborn. Let's go. Dead coming back as a survival hunter. Lulu, Pelcher, Zelfia. Zelfia needs to go. Have Zelfia go, boys. Have Zelfia go. I want to see a Frost Mage own it up right now, dude. What are we putting in? First Lulu. Oh my god. Somebody stop this man. Oh, Lulu versus Tasty. Well, these boys have had their duels before. Tasty knows exactly what to expect. We had a 1v5, or best out of 5 for both of these, though, so this is going to be interesting. Tasty pushing it up, wants to make sure he has the height advantage here. It's going to be an in-cap touch of death, big burst combo. It does get Trinket out of Tasty in the opener. Going to pop it to Ghostwolf, going to get a huge knock onto Lulu. Does he have a port available, though? Did he put up a port? He did not. I think he put up a defensive port more than anything. The images are still chasing for Lulu. Tasty is going to drop down with that lightning lasso. Not going to outrange that lasso, so he can still continue to heal. That was a wall out of Lulu, though. So that was like one big defensive. So that wall helped him survive the stun. So that was pretty major. It's going to be Tasty getting back in there with his homeboys, coming in with all his elementals. Lulu is trying to get himself a setup. That's going to silence Tasty on fire damage. That's going to be an opportunity for Tasty to get a lot of heals into even a Hex on the images for Lulu. Just going to sit out that Hex. That's actually huge. Big Stormkeeper coming out for Tasty. Can he get up in there? Lulu's trying to duck behind the pillar. So if you missed anything, it was Tasty firing off some storm bolts as Dampened Harm came down for Lulu. That is going to be Karma early. Tasty is going to land a Lightning Lasso. Going to get a knockback onto Lulu. Doesn't want to let that Lightning Lasso sit for too long. It's going to be short stun onto Lulu. Hex coming out. Going to get a stun onto that before the Hex comes out. Fist of Fury was the way and getting procced out right now. Tasty is dipping into Ghostwolf again. Trying to go for a healing surge. Is there an interrupt available for Lulu? Is he going to kick anything? Looks like he doesn't have a kick right now. So Tasty is able to get a lot of heals back to back. It is going to be dropping down Sky Fury, which Lulu is going to kill. Gets a root onto Tasty. Slows it coming out. Tasty, do you have anything left here? Trying to go for a Hex. It is going to be a little overshotting that roll. It's still going to get a Lightning Lasso onto that Images. And Images looks like they're firing off the stun in the wrong direction. Tasty trying to go for a healing surge again. Is going to get interrupted and Lulu is going to take him out. That was such a close duel. There's going to be Sharia coming in next. That is wall available for Lulu. Is going to get a port up. Can Sharia catch up to this monk? This monk would have a trinket for a while. Can Sharia take him down? Is going to go for a heal. No, going to go for a mount up right now as Lulu's going to bail to the other side of the pillar. No port available for about 30 seconds. Karma not available for about 30 as well. Dampen Harm on a 44-second cooldown. And a trinket not available for a bit. Sharia, you have to catch up to him, man. You can't let this guy run circles around you right now. Around the pillar. So he could go either way. And I guess we're just going to have to wait it out. Sharia is not choosing to get offensive. Choosing to play defensive right now. Now it's Lulu chasing after Sharia. But why? I feel like this is going to put Sharia in such a bad spot. I'm just going to make that call right here. I think this is going to be disadvantageous for Sharia, but we'll find out in a bit. Lulu's putting down a port. Going to expect for Sharia to port out over there. He's going to catch him right now with that short in-cap. He's getting... Okay, there we go. The camera got well. And that's going to be a bubble coming out of Sharia immediately onto the touch of death. Lulu's back to running out of there. Dragon kicking around the corner. Does get hit with a slow. Sharia is going to be out there. Can Sharia go for some big damage? Shield of Vengeance coming down right now. There's going to be a stun on Sharia. Trinkets out of it. Hodge coming down onto Lulu. There's going to be wings available for Sharia. While a huge defensive available is Lulu going to dip behind. No Karma coming out is going to get the Shield of Vengeance to pop. That Karma damage is going to reverse into Sharia. No forbearance still down on Sharia for a little bit. Lulu's getting himself in a good position. There's going to be a Racial coming down to Sharia. Does he have enough cooldowns for Bob? Does he bomb himself? He does bomb himself, but that Belf is going to come down. Interrupted out of that, and Sharia does take him out. Nice coordinated Belf into a silence. Who's up next? It looks like it is going to be Zui. This matchup is going to be really difficult. But I think our Subtlety Rogue. Rogue's generally a little bit ahead of Monks just by a little bit. But for Zui, this could be an interesting setup. Full kidney coming down to Lulu into a cheap shot to follow. Maybe another cheap shot. It is going to be another cheap shot. Back-to-back Eviscerates coming down. Lulu is going to take a lot of that damage unless he has a tricky to bail out of it. And as dampening starts to come in, it's going to get much harder. So he's just going to wait it out full. It looks like he's going to wait until all these cooldowns are coming back. Maybe no, going to go for a 3-sap combo while Lulu is low. Could go for an opener to force a trinket out of Lulu into a blind, and then could go for a real setup after. It's going to go for a mark for death into a full kidney. Lulu, are you going to trinket out of this? Going to go for a Nightblade with Shadow Dance and everything. Back-to-back Eviscerate, Shadow Strike into a cheap shot again, into maybe another cheap shot. Is Lulu going to die? Lulu actually is not dead. Getting son a trinket coming down onto... Oh my god, trinket coming down for Lulu as Zooey's trying to get some big damage. That's a donation out of Wolves, which we'll talk about in a second as the duel is actually getting a little bit... Hashtag Wolves in chat. Yo, can we get a hashtag Wolves in chat showing our appreciation for the wonderful donor, my man Wolves? I appreciate you, buddy. I appreciate you, my guy. How you doing? Can we get a hashtag Wolves, boys, showing our appreciation for the wonderful donation? Thank you so much, my man. Lulu is getting hit with a full kidney, back-to-back cheap shot. No, gets an in-cap onto Zooey, interrupting his whole opener. Did Zooey commit a lot of cooldowns? Didn't commit a lot, but it's not going to have a Shadow Dance available for quite a bit. So for Lulu, actually surviving a lot of these cooldowns back-to-back. Zooey won't have a trinket for a bit, so if Lulu has big cooldowns onto Zooey without a trinket, you could turn it around. Lulu is holding on to a trinket. He's going to pick up the eye. Sap coming down. Zooey is not going to have Shadow Dance unless Mark for Death. Kidney gives him enough cooldown reduction. Mark for Death, cooldown, not quite enough. Doesn't get a Shadow Dance. No, doesn't have Shadow Dance. Could go for a cheap shot right now. Is going to land a cheap shot into an Eviscerate. Cheap shot again, but didn't have the full setup. Should have waited himself for a little bit longer. It's going to be Fist of Fury to parry a lot of damage out of Zooey. He's going to Shadow Step onto Lulu, trying to get a kick. There's going to be Dampen Heart coming out of Lulu. Once you keep the Rogue out in the open to get some damage in, while defenses are up. Does have wall coming up in about 9 seconds. Is going to pop images with a spin crane kick. There's going to be vanished out of Zooey. The images do find him yet again. It's going to be full stun. No trinket available for this bad boy. Is looking to go for big damage. Does go for a Whirling Dragon Punch to Fist of Fury to fall into a blind. And looks like Lulu is not going to trick it out of it as Zuen is chasing after Zooey. Is going to pop himself a trinket. Looks like he popped himself an offensive trinket. Cloaker Shot is coming down as well. Going to catch himself a full reset. Looks like Lulu is going to pick up the eye again. Did he pick up the eye? Looks like he might have. And Zooey's just going to stealth out of there, dude. He's walking out, going to resap Lulu. Or is he going to commit some damage? He does have a charge of Shadow Dance, so you could go for a lot here. Does have Shadow Blades if needed. Kidney coming down into a Shadow Dance onto Lulu. Going to go for back-to-back Shadow Strikes. Cheap Shot to fall. And use to cheap shot this. That's going to be Lulu going to go for a lot of big damage right now. Zooey's trying to deal with this. Fist of Fury coming out as images come out. Doesn't have evasion. Cloaker Shot is all he has left. And Lulu is going to end up nailing him with a Whirling Dragon Punch. His opener was so good, but after a bit of while, you saw that he couldn't quite get the cheap shot to follow after a kidney. I'm not sure if it was a little bit of lag, maybe, but that just shows you that Subtlety Rogues don't have a lot of damage unless you can chain that CC. And that's going to be Big Dick Beard coming in, representing the Alliance. Versus Lulu, as he's going to bail out of there. 70% dampening. This is the Elusive Monk Minimi. Playing out super well. Playing out the long game, too, with everybody. Waiting for his cooldowns. Big Dick Beard, is he going to go up there? He's just going to flex on him, dude. He's going to flex on that boy. But are you going to be flexing, man? You got to win now. You got to win. You got to win after all that flexing. I like your axe, by the way. It looks like there's, like, roots in your axe. It looks dope. And Lou's just going to sit out there. He's going to lay down, go to bed. Get a hammer, knocking him up. Hello, good morning. Touch of Death coming down with images. Bob coming in immediately by Big Dick Beard, and Lou's gonna bop it off. Hodge coming down, and Big Dick Beard is gonna go for damage. Instant parry coming out for Lulu into Karma to follow. Ooh, huge shield advantage coming down. Silence coming out onto a heal for Big Dick Beard. The shield does pop. It looks like the Karma damage is gonna reverse back to him. Lulu just trinketed that at a perfect moment. Actually went for a 1v4. He never got to play Fortune. He never got to play Fortune. I'm not sure what happened. Fortune Bro was like, you know what? I don't need none of that, dude. Huh. Or maybe he DC'd. I'm not gonna tell my DK. Zakati, you're more than welcome to play some Subtlety Rogue, man. That was nuts. My internet went out. I'm sorry to hear that, Fortune. So Fortune would have been able to play, dude. Fortune would have literally, easily, boys, easily turned that duel around. His internet, though. His internet went out, dude. Article 13 hit him a little earlier than everybody else. What server is Leo? Lulu? Lulu. What server are you actually, Minimi?